Hello there and welcome back. It's Monday morning and I've been unwell these past few days, hence the need for my defence tea. I missed last week's upload because of a family party and I was wondering whether to persevere and make a video today, but it's fun and I am feeling better, so I'm going to crack on with that. Something I did manage to do while I was ill was reading, so I'll go through the books that I was enjoying. But first I need to make breakfast, so I'll go and make that and I'll show you what I did yesterday, which was a visit to M&S, and I walked in on their summer clothing sale. So I tried on a few things there, but I didn't end up buying anything, unfortunately. I'm just so strict with myself now, but I'll talk through what I tried on and why I didn't buy it, even though I really did like this denim skirt. But never mind, I didn't get it. And also I picked up a few things in their food section as well, including this tea. But first, let me make breakfast, which is going to be a green smoothie, some peanut butter on toast, and I'll top up that tea as it's gone a bit cold. So yes, let's get some breakfast. I was breezing through M&S, admiring the new outfits, noticing the darker colours coming back when I saw that red notice that declared sale and made a beeline for it. I don't know why they decided to do their sale halfway through summer, but I suppose families who are about to start the half-term break have got a good opportunity to get some last-minute clothing, especially for mums, as they often put themselves last. There was a lot on offer at 50%, most of it summer wear, but also a few light knits, which would work well for autumn. And as you can see, it wasn't too busy, so I got to have a good look around. I straight away liked this denim skirt. They had quite a few dotted around, but it really felt good quality and heavy. One annoying thing I'm realising is that I'm seeing things that I like the look of on this video that I didn't see at the time. I wish I had more of a rummaged, and I can also see some jeans in different colours that I wish I had picked up, but maybe they didn't have my size, which is why I didn't. I did pick up a pair of white jeans to try on, but I should have gone for a different colour. In the end, I picked up these few items to try on: a sleeveless knitted black top, a long denim skirt, those white jeans, and a beautiful lime green light knit cardigan. The top was a size too big for me. I just would have liked it a little more fitted, and it was the only item that wasn't in the sale. The denim skirt was lovely. This was the only item I was very tempted to buy, but it was just too long on me. I really thought about how often I would wear it and how I would style it. I don't want to have a wardrobe full of the same types of clothing, but at the same time, pieces have to work with one another, and I don't think this skirt would work. Next up was the white jeans, and they're fine, but I have a better pair and I don't need another pair of white jeans. I just gravitated towards this because I know I like them. It would have made better sense to try on a different coloured pair. Finally, the bright cardigan. I loved the colour, but the fit wasn't right, unfortunately. Otherwise, that would have been perfect for workwear. After that, I headed for the food hall. I bought some tea to help me recover from my summer cold, as you can probably still hear. Dark chocolate. I bought some eggs that were yellow label, so very much reduced in price, and I just picked them up because they were blue. As simple as that. And of course, I went to the bakery to get a cinnamon roll, which I enjoyed the moment I got home. So that was my M&S trip on Sunday. And now let's get back to my Monday afternoon. Now the afternoon, I've been out, I've visited my mum, I've done a few household chores, laundry, cleaning, etc. And what I'd like to do this afternoon is choose my clothes for the work week ahead. Secondly, bake a cake because I managed to find some rhubarb, so I thought that'd be nice to do like an upside down rhubarb cake type of thing. And then what else? There was something else I wanted to do. I forget what that was, but while it's on my mind, I did want to go through the books that I read while I was ill. So let me begin first with Ruth Goodman's How to Become a Tudor. There is a theme for my reading, as I'm also just finishing off All His Spies, The Secret World of Robert Cecil by Stephen Alford. I'm reading them for research, but in all honesty, these are so interesting. If you're interested in the everyday life of a Tudor person, or the workings of a courtier for Queen Elizabeth I or even Queen Mary I, the career path and the learning and what they actually did and where they would meet, it's fascinating to see the everyday chores that an everyday person would have to do. So Ruth Goodman's book is based on every day. So the dressing, the food preparation, the household chores, how would they keep things clean and tidy, and what roles would define them, how their clothing defined them in society. It is so interesting because it's also so relevant to us today as well. We like clean and tidy homes. We like a good political system that works. We like certain clothing that expresses something about us, about who we are in society. And it's all there in history. Nothing really changes. It's just how we choose to represent ourselves. The Robert Cecil book is more about behind the scenes of the big political situations that was happening, as well as his life leading up to becoming the secretary, taking over from his father, and of course how they were finding out this information, where it was coming from, could they even be trusted that they were giving the correct information. It is fascinating to see the detail that they went into. So I haven't quite finished that book, but what I've read so far has just been so in depth that it makes for a really engaging read. Like I said, if you're interested in that era of history, then these books I would definitely recommend. The audiobook I'm currently listening to is Marble Hall Murders by Anthony Horowitz. These books are so entertaining. I've enjoyed all of them. I think this is the third in the series. I'm sure you don't have to read them all in order, but to understand the format of the novels, it would help. It's based around a novelist whose stories have clues as to who has committed the crime in real life. So you're reading two novels, one of them being the fictional author's story that he wrote, and then the actual story that integrates with it. In this third edition, a publisher wants to create a final story of the Atticus Pund's mysteries, but the author, Alan Conway, has died. He died in the very first book. There is now another author to take over the Atticus Pund's books, and that is Elliot Crass, who can continue the work in the same writing style and creates a mystery for the editor, Susan Ryland, to solve. Elliot believes his grandmother was murdered and writes it in a murder mystery, this final novel. Susan Ryland then needs to figure out if there's any substance to this story that he's saying of his past. It's a very entertaining read and one that just gets you completely hooked into it, whether they're doing the fictional story or what is meant to be the non-fiction fiction story. So complex, but it all just works together in a nice little puzzle for you. So I would have loved it if I was going away on holiday. That's the book I would love to read on the Sun Lounger because it's just so entertaining. The characters are fantastic. That is my book recommendations of the week. And now I'm going to choose my clothes for the week ahead and bake my cake because I need something sweet to get me through the working week. And this weather is not it. It's not fun. It's just hot and humid and grey. Oh well, time to choose the clothes. So first up, I'm going to go for a very simple, easy outfit. My white jeans with my navy blue sleeveless high neck top. I was reading recently about how many women feel insecure about wearing sleeveless items of clothing, and I am definitely one of those people. Well, I've always felt that way. And then just recently, I was like, actually, I don't care anymore. My arms are on the chunkier side, but who cares? If you've got a problem with it, that's your problem. It's not mine. I couldn't care less. So I am wearing more sleeveless items of clothing and just enjoying the summertime, getting your arms out, getting them tanned. And you do feel so much cooler in these types of outfits. So that is an easy one to wear to work. Next up is again a thin shirt with little watermelons on there. I got this just recently at TK Maxx. I think it was like 20 or £25. And with doing these types of outfit choices every week, it's making me realise what I really like to gravitate towards. So like with the M&S buying, even though there was a sale on, I wasn't feeling like I had to buy something because the clothing was cheap. I know what I want to be wearing, and if they weren't providing it, if it wasn't selling it, then there's no point in buying it and wasting my money. So I really like how clear in my mind I've become by doing this. I've just zoomed out to show you this dress. I bought this I don't know how many years ago, and I think I've worn it once, and I'm just sick and tired of seeing it in my wardrobe and not getting any wear out of it. So I'm going to try and style it up for Friday's work day. I'm in all day on a Friday, so I really need to have something that I feel comfortable in. So it is going to be a challenge for me to really figure out how I'm going to make this work. If I don't succeed, then I'll put up what I do wear on the side. But hopefully I may be able to come up with some sort of idea. I'm thinking like layering it up with maybe a linen top or something. Something like that with a belt. Oof, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it turns out. But I do like to try and challenge myself a little bit to rework my wardrobe, especially on items that I am not getting the use out of. It's good to try and figure out ways that you can wear them. So there we go. They are my 3 outfits for the week. Wish me luck.